Greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Fruitcake Astrologer, where I'll give you an experienced astrologer's view on current events and people in the news. This is a Horaria chart, which is an astrologer's tool to ask the cosmos any question you like. In this case, I'm asking what will happen with the Chinese trade war. You will note that I asked back in May when this first kind of came up and China backed out of the deal, and now they're back in the news. As of this recording, it's August 26th, and China has decided after the G7 to come back to the table. So I wanted to revisit this, and I wanted to record it and tell you guys what I see regarding the trade deal. So first off, China is represented by a triple conjunction of the malefics, Pluto, Saturn, and the South Node, which has the flavor of Saturn. So basically, this describes the Chinese leadership as brutal, severe, willing to take the long road and sacrifice. I'm wondering if President Xi is in trouble. Has he lost face? I could definitely interpret this as Xi is over and done. Was he supposed to negotiate a good deal with the new U.S. president? And oh darn, the Chinese economy is in free fall. So I wonder if he's lost face and if new hardline leadership is going to replace him. Now you'll notice the nodes are on the angles, and this would tend to indicate this is a karmic battle. If I look at the separating aspects, it doesn't look like the Chinese came to the table in good faith, even before all this started. And President Trump is represented by Neptune, which is, in all good aspects except a square to Jupiter, the planet of judgment. So I think he came to the table as a good guy, wanting to be good, wanting to be a gentle guy, and I think he misjudged them. I think they were playing him, and I think he's finally getting that because the first applying aspect of the moon is the square to Uranus, which rules the ninth house of judgment. I think he's shocked. I think he bought Xi's line that we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to stop the fentanyl, we're going to trade with your farmers, and then nothing happened. So I feel like he's had a bit of a shock and a surprise and is feeling played. So the chart says big grand trine in the money houses. This is all about money, and it shows that the leaders of China and the United States are in crisis, financial crisis over this. It's all about money, and they're both trying really hard to get people on their side. So what's all this funny business in the news about Greenland? What was this about Greenland? Well, if you look into it, China has rare earth metals that are key in our tech industries. And that, I think, is why Trump brought up buying Greenland, because he's thumbing his nose at China saying, see, we don't need you. We can get the rare earth minerals from Greenland. Likewise, why isn't China coming down on Hong Kong? And I think it's got to do with the trade deal, because likewise, they don't want another Tiananmen Square in the middle of these trade negotiations. And I think it looks like both countries are trying really hard to get countries on their side. So my interpretation of this is the protesters in Hong Kong are safe, at least for a time, and that these trade talks may be actually protecting them. Now you'll notice that the leader of China is sextiling Neptune. I think they want Trump to go away. I think they're more than willing to play the long game, hope he doesn't get reelected, even wait years for the next president, hoping to get a good deal. So batten down the hatches, guys. I don't see this being over for a long time and expect it to get worse before it gets better. I think the Chinese are playing a long game. They are playing President Trump. They're coming to the table, saying, let's talk, agreeing to things, and then not following through. And, this has worked for them in the past, so you can't blame, them for that. In the meantime, it looks like U.S. companies will continue to head back to the United States, and jobs here look to increase because of this, maybe causing a worker shortage. So the moon's final three aspects are positive, so I do think we will win the trade war eventually, but it will be at a cost. I think China will end up being our open enemy after that. Maybe you could make an argument that they always have been, but while it was in their best interest economically, they made nice But the final aspect is the moon sextiling Mars, the planet of war, in Gemini in the 12th house, which could be, you could make a case that there will be talk of war, but I don't think anything will come of it because Mars is weak in Gemini and it's even weaker in the 12th house of Pisces. So I think there might be some saber rattling and some rumors of war and things like that, but I don't think anything will happen. So expect this to go on for a long time. Expect it to get worse. Expect the Chinese to keep playing President Trump, maybe even doing some saber rattling before this is all over. But I think eventually we will have a trade agreement and we will win. Okay, I would love it if you'd like, share, and subscribe. I will have more readings on current events and people in the news in the future. Thanks for listening.